Hey friends, it's Jill. Have you ever run out of a favorite color and you don't have any, but you really need to have it like today, like yesterday? Well, I want to show you a little solution that I came up with today. And if you've done this before, you'll be familiar with it. But if you run out of a color, you can look on the tube and get some information about what the pigments are. And if you've got enough pigment, or other colors in your toolkit, you might be able to just mix the color on the fly. So let me show you what I did today. I ran out of green gold, my Daniel Smith green gold, and I'm in the process of filling up some new palettes with colors and realized I was completely out. So I'm in Yellowstone and it's very difficult to get colors right now. So let me show you what I did to sort of come up with a replacement color that has worked out pretty well. And this maybe will help you when you run out of a color. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at what I've got going on here. So green gold was my color, and I have actually mixed a custom green gold. Okay. If you're familiar with Daniel Smith's green gold, you know it's that beautiful vivid green. So what I did is I went online and I thought, how can I come up with this color? So I went to the Dick Blick website, found green gold, and if you tap on product details, and you can do this, you can get this a bunch of different ways online, but the Blick website is pretty easy. View pigment information is one of my options, and then it tells me all of the color combination of pigments that have been used to create this color. So I've got some phthalo green, Hansa yellow light. I know that PY3 is Hansa yellow light, and also nickel azo yellow. Okay, so I've got the phthalo, the green phthalo, but I didn't have the other two colors. But if you look on the sides of your little tubes, you can kind of get close, okay? And that's what I've done today. So let's take a look at the colors that I've actually used here. All right, so here is my phthalo green. I totally had that one. So I've got that one. I did have, oh my gosh, I had some Hansa yellow light, but look, it's all gone. And I ran out. There's not enough to work with here. But I do have a cadmium yellow light that contains the PY3. I know from the Blick website, when I look here, I know that PY3 is in here. Predominantly, PY3 is what is in the cadmium yellow light. So I'm going to use that. And then I did not have nickel azo yellow, but I do know that if I combine new gamboge and quinacridone gold together in a little bit of a combination, I can get something that looks pretty close to the nickel yellow. And I know that the Quin Gold likes to disperse, and it's going to give me that same dispersion that I expect to see in green gold. So let's mix these together and see what happens. I want to try to recreate the mixture that I have created. So anytime you're mixing colors, you always want to start with your lightest color first, because all of the darker colors are going to sort of dominate and take over. So we'll save that phthalo green for last. I'm going to put out some of the new gamboge, a little bit less of that, because I know that that green gold, you've got to be familiar with the color that you're trying to recreate. I know that it's a really vivid, brilliant green, so I don't want to push any dark colors into it too much. A little bit of my Quin Gold there, maybe just a little bit more. And, if you're not used to mixing colors, this may seem sort of like alchemy a little bit, but if you're used to mixing colors, it should go pretty well for you. And, you need to be familiar with the color that you're trying to combine and make as well. So this phthalo green is really, really strong. So I've got all three of these here. Let me just sort of zoom in a little bit more so that we can see what's going on here. So I'm just using a toothpick, and I'm just going to start combining all of these yellow colors together. And I just want to mix these really, really well. you know, you can mix all of these. If I wanted green gold, I could just try to mix it, on my palette with my colors, with my brush every time I want to use it. But I kind of just want to have a stash of this color. That's why I buy green gold. But I'm out. So I'm going to go to the website, go to the internet, find out what the recipe is, and just put the color together on my own. So now I'm pulling the phthalo green into the mixture, and it is really looking like that bright green gold that I expect to see when I'm working with my Daniel Smith color. Let me hold it up a little bit closer. You can see that bright green gold. And I've already mixed some over here, right there. It's really nice and shiny. Okay, so I think I've got that mixed up fairly well. So now I'm going to just test this on a little sheet of paper here. This is just my Arches, just some Arches, 140-pound, just little, old paintings that I didn't want anymore. Save those, tear them into little blocks so that you can do little experiments like this if you need to. I'm just going to wet this a little bit because I want to see that dispersion. I know that green gold is going to disperse. Look what's happening when I get that water in there. That really looks like green gold. And then watch that dispersion. It is behaving just like my green gold. And I am so happy because now I have some green gold that I can work with. And I don't have to worry about trying to go and find some while I'm here in Yellowstone, because it's kind of hard to do that. So I hope this is helpful for you. If you will just go and, go online, find the recipe, if you want to call it that. The tube of pigment will have the individual components of what pigments were used to create that, and based on what's in your toolkit, you might be able to pull something together that gives you a super close match so that you're not having to be out of the color that you need, and you can keep right on going. And it's also kind of fun to make sure that you've got a few custom mixes in your toolkit. It's a fun way to come up with something that you don't have. Hope this helps you.